How are we doing today? Today I want to do a quick video on the sound barrier. And I know that seems kind of weird. Why would I want to talk about the sound barrier, right? Well, because there's a couple principles in there. Sound barrier was broken by a gentleman by the name of Jaeger. In 1946, I believe, either 46 or 49. Anyway, and or 49. I'm not really sure. Anyway, that doesn't matter that much. Anyway, the sound barrier. What is it? Well, just like it says, it's a barrier. Sound barrier is an invisible level or barrier that is for centuries was never broken, and for centuries most people never even thought about it. So, which brings us to the question: why are we talking about it? Because you're in a business, I'm in a business, and every day we have challenges. Every day we are working on something, hopefully, to better our lives, to better understand what we're doing, how we can do it better, and how we can, break through our barriers. And the sound barrier, I think, is an awesome representation of that because it's invisible. You can't see the sound barrier. And what happened when test pilots back in the early 1900s were trying to go faster and do better things, hopefully, they were trying to, at first they didn't know they were running in this invisible wall. They couldn't figure out what was happening. And the reason why is because sound, our atmosphere that we have, that we walk in and I'm moving my hands in and we're talking now with, right, has limitations. As much as we don't feel it, it's a physical force that's there that will actually help us or hurt us. It depends, and the sound barrier I want to talk about today is because it is an imaginative force. Let's just imagine right here, right, in the air is a force, a wall. And we're going to call this sound. Okay? It is sound. Okay? The speed of sound is a little over 700 miles an hour, about 738 miles an hour. It varies depending on a lot of things, but sound barrier, it exists. It's when I'm speaking right now and looking at you and pointing here and right, there are sound waves. Those sound waves travel at approximately 738 miles per hour. Okay? And, or if you're going to go meters per hour, it's a little over 1,000 meters per hour. But anyway, so you're looking at a speed here that's a barrier. It's invisible. You can't see it. But if I take an object like an airplane or a boat or anything, any moving object, and I throw it, right, and it starts moving, right, I have this object that's moving here, right, and it's flying, right. As it gets closer and closer to this barrier here, there begins to be a wave in front of it. Okay? And as it gets closer and closer, see how this wave is bending? The closer it gets, right? Well, right at the sound barrier, right, when it hits here, something has to happen. Because this object can travel faster than 738 miles an hour. But what happens when that happens? Well, what we have found out from history, Jaeger, is because all this right here is resistance. It's like you trying to put your hand through a brick. It's not easy. There are people who can do it. I can't. I don't want to. But there's people who can. This object moving through air, right, traveling through here, is hitting resistance. When that happens, there's vibration. See if I can write the other way. There's vibration. There's turbulation.
These flies. Cool. Aren't they?
Okay. There's resistance. Okay. Resistance. So if I could spell right, okay, there's resistance on this object here, okay? And this object is running into a lot of resistance. And the reason why is because it's having to do a breakthrough. Well, the air doesn't want to let you through. Okay? There's a wall there. Now, what happens is you have all this resistance, all this turbulence, all this craziness that starts happening. And if you're in an airplane, the controls don't work right anymore. Your plane, the wings on the plane, right, are hitting literally a wall, an invisible wall. But because of that, now the curvature on the wing it's different. It reacts different because now there's all this friction, this turbulence that's going on in order to break through. Have you ever had that in your life? When you're trying to make your first $25 sale online, or you're taking a class and you're trying to learn something new in physics or math, or you're learning a new language, let's say, right? There's always that frustration, that challenge of understanding it, of grabbing hold of something new, of breaking through what it is that you're trying to do. Well, the sound barrier is so much like that representation because you cannot see what's trying to hold you back. But as you get closer and closer and closer to it, it's a greater and greater resistance. However, the unique thing that has happened when you break through the sound barrier, when you punch through right here, right? You punch through right there, all of a sudden, all this turbulation, there's vibrations here going on, the restriction, the turbulation here, all of a sudden it gets very calm. It gets quiet. It's peaceful. And you know what's really awesome about that? Is that's what you want. That's what I want. That's what we all want. So we want to reach a very calm, peaceful, quiet existence. But to get there, it's on the other side of this barrier. This barrier right here, it's on the other side of it. So in order to get to where you want to be, you will have to go through a lot of turbulence. You'll have a lot of vibrations, and you're going to have a lot of resistance to you doing that. But just realize it's going to happen. It has to. But as long as you hold on, as long as you endure to the end of this trial right here, you will break through. And you'll find a quiet, peaceful, calm place. And that's what I wanted to share today about the sound barrier. Breaking the sound barrier is just like breaking the barriers that you will run into as you grow your business and improve your life. I thank you very much. I hope this helped. Have a great day.